Hey, I figured I'd continue to take it easy today, and I'm just gonna do 1 to 20 of the Bloody Palace for today's video. There's still quite a few bugs in the game. I know he's working on fixing them, so I haven't really felt like doing the speedrun stuff right now, because there's a chance that the game will just kind of crap out in some ways. There probably will be a new update soon. What I'm hoping for at this point, I know the game is basically content complete. I would like him to add like some kind of material incentive to find all the rescued staff members, because all it really does is it gives you some upgrade points and an achievement. And if your character's maxed out and you don't care about achievements, then there's no point aside from the little funny couple sentence conversations you get. I also would like him to add some kind of like buff or unlock system for the upgrade points. As you can see, I have like almost 60,000. I have every move unlocked. There's really nothing else for me to use them on. I think that's something that would really help the replay value, but right now he's kind of trying to just fix the game, so to speak. I'm sure you're wondering, I've talked about you know, being a beta tester on this at length, like why we didn't report this stuff or why it wasn't fixed. It's pretty complicated. Like basically a lot of the things like the tag mode that I'm using right now weren't in the game until like maybe like a week before the early access finished. So there wasn't a whole lot of time. You know, usually most games that you know, come out of release and stuff, like the game is pretty much completely done, you know, months in advance or at least a couple weeks in advance. But with this, he was basically working on it the whole time. Still kind of learning how to use the spear. The spear, like I said, was added like a week before the early access ended as well, so I feel like it could be a little faster. Not playing the best right now. Whatever. It takes a lot of focus to play the tag mode, because there really isn't any other kind of action game where you can tag out like this with this extensive moveset, this kind of extensive moveset. You know, Onichan-Bara Z2 Chaos was close, but that game pretty much devolved to button mashing because the enemy design was not very good, and the boss fights were even worse. I tried so hard to play the boss fight skillfully in that game, and it ended up just being the meta of that game was just mashing, basically. There wasn't really any application to do anything else. Weird how he didn't die from that. I think the farthest I got on this was like 42, but I haven't really put any effort into actually finishing. I just like playing this for like 20-30 minutes and just getting my fix of action games and kind of moving on to something else. Which is why it's great that this mode is in the game. That was a good fight. The spear gets a lot better when you have tagging on, but when you don't have it on, it feels kind of limited. Got a lot of really long recovery. Like the big Helmbreaker you do with the spear, you can't like cancel out of it in any way as far as I know. I think maybe you can guard cancel it. No, you can guard cancel it actually. There, I learned something new today. So I still have that $10 from winning the Dragon Ball tournament at the local convention yesterday. I'm not really sure what I should get with it. I looked at the upcoming releases. There really wasn't anything I was interested in. I don't know, the Switch and PS4 seem to be putting out like all the niche games like late in the summer, early fall, and then after that it's pretty much just like big multi-million-dollar marketing budget games. Like, if you're interested in those games, there's still a lot of cool stuff coming out this year, but if you're not, then pretty much all the heavy hitters are out except for Smash Brothers, and I would consider that to be a pretty heavy hitter because they're marketing the shit out of that game. But I've never really been one for Smash Brothers gameplay, so the Switch is kind of looking a little barren for me right now. I've heard some bad news about the population on like BlazBlue Tag and a lot of other smaller games on the Switch after they started making you pay for online, which is what I was afraid of happening. I haven't paid for online yet. I'm still kind of waiting for there to be something I actually want to play online. But it's a shame that they just, I guess there's just not much crossover between the niche games and like bigger stuff. A lot of people are hoping, you know, Smash will have a lot of crossover and we'll see more players on those games later on, but I'm not really sure. A lot of Air Dasher, like anime fighter players, including myself, can't stand Smash Brothers gameplay, so I think games like that are going to suffer, but there's still lots of really successful non-Nintendo games doing pretty well on there, like you know, Rocket League, games like that.
Monster kill.
One thing he added that I actually didn't catch until I played the build was that he made it so that when you guard break an enemy, it actually drops a health item. Obviously in this game you can't really tank anything. It's not like other character action games. You can get like a gigantic health bar and slowly progress to the point where you can just take a lot of damage. You're always only going to be able to take a maximum of 5 damage in this game, so it's nice. Kind of incentivizes, you know, playing well. It makes this mode quite a bit more forgiving. I'm pretty proud that I got as far as I did, but apparently, like when I was doing serious attempts at this back during the early access period, like Mr. Showtime at the end, there was a chance that he would turn invincible. So I'm really glad that I didn't focused on other aspects of the game and I didn't really go too crazy on that. Surprised I haven't triggered the glitch where if you tag out like right after the wave ends, they respawn. That bug still hasn't been fixed. Yeah, see, like right there, it feels like that spear just takes way too long to have an active hitbox. It's probably the #1 component of her moveset that hasn't been really tested. We didn't really have a chance to give him much feedback about it. I'll probably do a write-up for that after I'm done with this video. I think there's a boss next, so I'll continue. Yeah, alright. This is the stopping point. There, I see right there he dropped a health bar. Health item. I hate how that has an active hitbox on the way back. Yeah, I'm not playing at the best of my ability right now, so I think I'll go ahead and stop there. I usually play to about this point and then just turn it off. It's like a good 20-25 minutes of just pure action. It's good practice for the tag mode. I definitely want to take the tag mode to a pretty high level, especially in you know, the story mode and stuff, but the game still got a couple bugs. I'm probably going to wait for the next update before I do that, so that will probably be sometime this week. I can't really make any promises since I don't really have inside information, but when some of the bugs are fixed that people have been experiencing in the full release, you know, outside of our testing group, then I'll probably start some work on that speedrun. I probably will do it on normal. Hard mode, I don't know, just a chance of dying quite a bit often, so I'm probably going to do normal